What is up, everybody? You're checking out the Uncensored Wrestling Podcast with the world is listening to. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, and we are jumping into our time machine to go back to WWE Raw is War for November 9th, 1998, live in Dallas, Texas. Let's start out. We have the European Champion X-Pac taking on the Undertaker with Paul Bearer. During the match, Kane walks out to the ring. Kane shoots a fireball and accidentally shoots it at X-Pac. New Age Outlaws run down and try to wipe X-Pac's eyes. Backstage, X-Pac has a cloth over his face and he looks like he burned himself. Vince tells Mankind he will defend the title against Ken Shamrock. He has a makeover plan for Mankind backstage. Val Venis comes out. Terri follows, and Val tells her to leave. So something's happening here. We see Val Venis taking on Steve Blackman. Back and forth action. Terri Runnels runs down and low blows Val. Val gets the win by DQ. And after the match, Owen Hart and the Blue Blazer run out and attack Steve Blackman. So maybe Owen Hart isn't the Blue Blazer like we thought. We see Mankind getting a haircut. Next, we have one half of the tag team champions, the Road Dogg with Billy Gunn, taking on D'Lo Brown with Mark Henry, and Mosh with Thrasher. This is going to triple right back for the tag title match at Survivor Series. The end comes when D'Lo hits a lowdown, but Mosh hits D'Lo with a stage dive to get a 3. Mosh gets the win. After the match, New Outlaws take out D'Lo Brown and Outlaws stand tall. Debra and Jeff Jarrett are backstage, and Debra says that she knows Goldust is all man and she'll prove it tonight. Then we have Goldust versus Jeff Jarrett with Debra. Terri comes out again dressed as Marlena. Goldust grabs the mic and he says, "This time you forget you ever heard the name Goldust. This is the end." Terri leaves. The match goes on. During the match, Debra makes out with Goldust, and Jeff Jarrett hits Goldust with his guitar, and Goldust gets the win by DQ, but Jarrett and Debra get the last laugh. The Rock arrives backstage. He's out of prison. We get Jesse the Body Ventura promo. The Rock has an interview backstage. The Rock says, "That piece of trash Vince McMahon hold everyone's cards in his hands. No one crosses The Rock or bosses The Rock around. I'm going to lay the smackdown on Mark Henry's fat ass tonight." Goldust attacks Jeff Jarrett backstage until the Blue Blazer makes the save. Goldust and Jeff Jarrett separated by the referees. More to come here. We have the special hardcore match. The champion Mankind defending against the Intercontinental champion Ken Shamrock. Mankind comes out all cleaned up in his suit and tie. There's a lot of action in this match, but Mankind looks different, looking to impress the boss. The big boss man comes down and he hits Ken Shamrock with a nightstick, and Mankind gets the pinfall victory over Ken Shamrock. Afterwards, the Stooges and Vince McMahon smile, and Mankind hugs Vince and calls him dad. So it looks like Vince McMahon has found his new mentor, his new protege in Mankind. Michael Cole says that The Rock was attacked backstage. That's all he knows about it. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out, and Austin says, "For the last 2 weeks, when Shane McMahon overstepped the authority of Vince McMahon and brought me back into the WWF, it's been pretty easy, which means something's going on. You're hiring back there like a yellow bastard. If you got a plan for Stone Cold Steve Austin, you bet your ass is going to backfire." That's when the big Bossman comes out. Bossman says, "Vince McMahon paid me well for his services in the WWE. That means beating your ass and putting you in a wheelchair. Law and Order in the WWE is now here, Punk." Stone Cold says, "That sounds like a threat. Every so often out person you hear squeals at night, and Stone Cold Steve Austin will beat your ass for free." Big Bossman then leaves. The Rock is seen hurt backstage. Vince tells Michael Cole it's not his problem that The Rock has issues, but if he loses, he will be fired tonight. Tiger Ali Singh with Babu takes on Al Snow, and Tiger tells him that Babu will fight Al tonight. Debra comes out at ringside. Al hits the snow plow on Babu, but Debra hugs and kisses Head, who has Sacco on him, and Tiger hits Al Snow with a bulldog and gets a 3. Sable is seen working out. She's taking on Jacqueline at Survivor Series. The Rock is knocked out backstage, and Vince shows up and says he will be fired tonight. Kane takes on Edge with the Brood. Kane has a blowtorch with him, and we saw earlier him accidentally set X-Pac on fire. The Brood attack came from behind. Edge drives Kane outside, but the Brood attack Kane. After Kane chokeslams the Brood, Kane puts the Brood and the referee on top of each other. He grabs gas, he pours it on them, but officials makes the save before he can do anything. Vince and the Stooges come out. Vince wants The Rock to come out. He needs eyes in the back of his head. I have no sympathy for him. Shane McMahon comes out and says, "This is about family issues. If you want to take your anger out on someone, do it to me, because you always did." Vince tells Shane to leave or he'll get another beating. Vince's big boss man get him. Austin attacks the big boss man and grabs the nightstick. We now have The Rock, who's hurt, taking on Mark Henry. A lot of back and forth action here. The Rock ends up getting the win after a people's elbow. Shane runs down in a ref shirt and counts to 3, outsmarting Vince McMahon. Afterwards, The Rock attacks the Stooges. Vince slaps The Rock, but The Rock hits Vince with a rock bottom and a people's elbow, and the crowd erupts. Vince gets what's coming to him, and Survivor Series is now a couple of nights away. I'm excited to drop that soon. With that, we're going to end tonight. Stay safe and stay uncensored.